Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was a real disappointment. I mean, it's not that the movie was bad or anything. I honestly thought it was a good movie. The horror theme, it did work. The Scarlet Witch had some really scary moments in that movie. And Doctor Strange did Doctor Strange stuff. Overall, it would have been a good second Doctor Strange movie. But the problem is that in the title itself, it was called the Multiverse of Madness. And because of that, we were all hyped up to think that this was gonna be a big multiverse movie with a lot of characters from former movies and other universes and all that showing up. And we thought this was gonna be the real multiverse thing, especially after what we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home. But they didn't really do that. I mean, it was a multiverse movie, but it wasn't the kind of multiverse movie that we were expecting. Basically, the only multiverse stuff we got was Doctor Strange and America Chavez going to one universe where the Illuminati existed, and sure, it was a collection of different characters from different movies. But still, that's all we got. We got one other universe. So basically, it was Doctor Strange and another universe. That's it. And that's kind of the problem. We were expecting a lot from this movie. And if I'm being completely honest, the stuff we got in Deadpool, that was what we were expecting in this movie. But we didn't get that. All the characters that we saw in Deadpool should have been in this movie. And that's the problem. And another big problem is the fact that they did introduce some multiversal characters in the form of the Illuminati. They got killed so easily by the Scarlet Witch. I mean, they were defeated but like it was nothing. And that's insane, especially considering in this universe, they actually managed to stop Thanos before he did the snap. We see a flashback scene of Thanos and the Illuminati on, I think it was Titan, and they killed Thanos. So the people who defeated Thanos were taken down that easily. I mean, this team had another version of Captain Marvel and Professor X. How could a team like this lose? It's just not possible. Anyway, look at it. But the Scarlet Witch defeated them too easily, and she became too OP'd, and I guess that kind of makes sense that she ended up sacrificing herself at the end of the movie, because I really didn't see any way that they could kill her. And if she was around, well, every other hero would be irrelevant, don't you think? But yeah, the story, it should have been just a movie about Doctor Strange fighting the Scarlet Witch. They shouldn't have added the multiverse stuff. A hardcore magic, a dark magic type of movie, that would have worked. And would have been exciting. The way it was done was good, but the multiverse stuff, that was the problem. And if it wasn't for that, we would have probably really liked the movie. I mean, Scarlet Witch was good in that movie. Doctor Strange was good. And we got some Wong action, which is always good. But yeah, at the end of it, it felt like there was too much hype to begin with, and didn't really live up to it. I mean, I remember before the movie was coming out, there were so many memes about characters from different, all sorts of stuff showing up in this movie, because that was the hype around who was going to be in this movie, but we didn't get that. And it seems like a missed opportunity, I guess. But honestly, they shouldn't have titled it Multiverse of Madness and just titled it Doctor Strange 2. That would have been enough. With the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange in there, I think that would have been enough to draw audiences in. And it was a hardcore horror theme movie that was, to begin with, yeah, it would have been a great movie because people like watching horror movies. And the Scarlet Witch, we were really interested in seeing what she was capable of. But it is what it is, I guess. And it seems like a missed opportunity. And because of that, I'm curious about Doctor Strange 3. What's going to be happening in that movie? I mean, is there any new stuff that you can put in that movie to excite people? I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see when that movie eventually comes out. I don't know the title of it is. There are some titles that are floating around, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, Doctor Strange, it could have been a great movie if not for the multiverse stuff. So